Roles of a denizen. A content creator is a user that creates posts and is rewarded based on the quality of their content. A content evaluator is a user that helps assess the quality of content and enforces community standards. The evaluator is effectively taking part in a marketplace to curate content and is rewarded for early evaluation. A content consumer is a user that wishes to find and consume the most valuable content in a given subject area or within a community. A lair owner is a person holding tokenized ownership of all or part of a community lair. Owners are rewarded with a portion of all mining activity happening within their lair. Owners are incentivized to build the best community of content creators and evaluators.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Den.Social DENDAO meeting. I am the conductor, the leader, the master of this domain, Den.Social. I'm the DENDAO emperor, and I am, aka William. And this is the weekly meeting for the DENDAO. Let me add this to the stage. This is, by the way, is a meeting. No, this is not a podcast, and you're more than welcome to join. If you'd like to join, on the video description, there is a link below, as well as if you go to Den.Social, there's a link right here, the StreamYard link, and for today's meeting. Camera is optional, so you're more than welcome to join with audio only. All right. So today's meeting, we're going to cover 4 items. It's pretty much the same: current open governance votes, open DIN support issues and MTR payout info, revenue generation ideas for Den.Social, as well as an open QA. So that is the agenda for today's meeting. Let's go ahead and get started. So first on is current open governance votes. And let's take a look. I'll go ahead and refresh this. I don't think there's anything changed. This is just, we need to create a tag, description changes on proposals that I've made, and I'm not sure if they will be done or not, because there is no devs. So it depends on if some of these are automated or not for the different layers. So that is that for the proposals. Next, open support issues for and MTR payouts. So now we're in the DIN support page. Let me refresh, see if there's any new items. And no, the last posting here was myself on 12/3 responding to Desco BGD. All right. So and as far as the MTR payouts, as everyone knows, calculations are still happening, but payouts are not going out because there's a link that is broken that sends the MTR to each wallet, or to each user, shall I say. Till we get revenue and we can pay the devs have limited resources, meaning time, and they have to work on items that pay their bills where they're earning something. So let's move on to item number 3, revenue generation ideas for Den.Social. Last week, Joe was able to join us, and we talked about this. As a matter of fact, there were these items that were discussed for revenue generation. Should we create a prediction layer? How about AI detection layer? What about governance management? Because Den.Social does it well from a DAO perspective, and maybe we could sell that service or that portion of the software, if you will. Or deplatform video option. All of them take some development as well as maintenance, but ultimately, maybe one of these would be a hit for either A, an investor, or B, just generate some revenue for Den.Social. So we can move forward, start creating new layers, and these kinds of things. So, excuse me, I have really bad sinus congestion because of the pollen in the air. We left off in Joe and I in our discussion last week. And by the way, there is a post in Den.Social where you can watch last week's meeting in the DENDAO Lair. We talked about these, and I'm generating kind of a 1 or 2 page summary proposal for each for his review, and we could discuss what's possible, what isn't possible, based off of what Den.Social currently has in its code, what could be done, and we could refine that and present that to the DAO as proposals. But ultimately, what we need some revenue to come in here to be able to pay the devs, to fix the MTR issues, and to grow this thing. But needless to say, there's a lot of opportunity here still at Den.Social. Because what are we? We are a poly market. We are an event market. We have incentivized behavior for people to vote up and down on a post. And that is essentially what a poly market is. It's an event protection layer or event prediction market. And that's what Den.Social is before they were even around. So we have most of the mechanics. We just don't have advertising dollars. We don't have the money to kind of tweak it that way. But we also have great governance on each layer, on each category, if you will, as well as the DENDAO itself, where proposals could be made and voting. Historical votes are recorded; they can't be altered or changed. Votes are based off of your involvement in the various layers, or as the DAO as itself. So you have weighted votes, you have votes just based off your investment, shall we say, of MTR or holdings. Not necessarily investment, but there you have it. So we have a lot of these already. Now, sure, we don't have the video option of our own video player, but you do have the option to be able to post a YouTube video to play on a post. And so we have a lot of the mechanics that are already in place here for this. It's just a little bit to get us over the edge and maybe for some advertising dollars. Having said all that, stay tuned to next week's meeting, where hopefully by then we will be able to post some of these revenue generation ideas for all of you to see. Now that moves us on to open QA. So really there isn't much to handle in this meeting. And I see that nobody has joined us at this point. Let me go ahead and refresh and see if there's any other postings. And no, there isn't. So this is a short and brief, quick meeting for the DENDAO. Again, I'm William, aka I am the Emperor of the Den.Social DENDAO. And thank you for watching the meeting. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. That will be Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 7 p.m. Universal. All right. And thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Oh, before I say that, remember, tomorrow is Super Happy Dragon Lucky update. That is at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. And then following that is at the next hour at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern is World Blockchain Roundtable. This week's show will be on privacy and regulations by the governments around the world. Are they going to be, do we anticipate for them to push to regulate our privacy online? All right, so there you have it. That is the show and update shows for tomorrow. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Have a good day, everybody.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, raw capital, label radical yet rational. A tactical approach is probable if this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So if we're all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.